Okay, good morning. We start and we no need to wait for the rest. Alright. And then first of all, welcome to the seminar. We are from Auditask. Yeah. And if those who are first time, previously also we have conducted another seminar. Then is export to China. But this time is another topic. So in future, we also will conduct different topics.
Okay.
Yeah. So we will contact you all by WhatsApp or email, and then if you all are interested, then you will also get add. Yeah. And second is thank you. All right. Thank you very much for attending. And later your coffee break will be here, and then your lunch will be at downstairs. Okay. And then after the seminar, about 4:30, there will be another coffee break. Okay. So I would like to welcome Zakuan, yeah, your speaker for the day, and so hope you all can learn something from it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Freddy. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. So everyone okay? Is everything okay? Only parking lah. Parking is very hard to find lah. So we are very sorry lah, because this is our first time conduct this the course here. And basically before dekat sini kita dah pergi ke Concord and last minute we cancel it and turn to here. So maybe next time we will improve. Okay. Okay. My name is Mohammad Zakuan, Principal Consultant of Auditask Sdn.Bhd. Actually, previously I was in MOH as a food technologist for about 10 years. 10 years. I've been working as auditor, compliance auditor, HACCP, GMP, MSD, and so on. Based in Johor Bahru for about 7 years and transferred to HQ just for export for 3 years and 4 years. Okay. So 2017 we established Auditask Sdn.Bhd. Sorry, 2020. 2017 I was resigned in MOH. 2020 just established this consultancy and regulatory company. So for this year, just we started our training business. Okay, this is our introduction. So for small ice breaking today, kita nak buat fast and sweet lah. Introduce yourself, where you're from, what you in charge in your company lah. Because kita tak ramai, ada 30 orang saja. So kalau 100 orang mungkin tak perlu lah. Okay, because I have to seek for understand your roles first. Okay, before we start with our course, our transition course of GMP. Okay, start from left.
Assalamualaikum. Very good morning, everyone. So my name is Sdn.Bhd. I'm QA and QC in Kuala Lumpur Fried Chicken. So basically, we are 3 of them from QA and QC from Kuala Lumpur Fried Chicken. So my plan will be based on raw poultry processing and also further processed product. Okay, thank you.
I'm Atika. I'm also QC from KFC.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Azrin, also QA from KFC.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning, everyone. My name is Shakirin from QA Executive from MS1514 Sdn.Bhd. MS1514 is the central kitchen for all town. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Isha. I'm from Carry Ingredient, position QA, Carry Producing Emulsifier.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. So I'm Shahaiza from Carry Ingredient. Actually, Bisha is my team. So we are both in the QA department. So basically, we are doing emulsifier. Actually, we have a lot of. We are a global multinational company. So the only producing emulsifiers on our Carry Shalom site. Thank you. Yeah, emulsifier plant. So basically, it's like oleochemical factory.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. My name is Ira Akila. I'm from AB Mall Malaysia. We are doing a bakery ingredient factory. So I'm in charge in quality department.
morning everyone. My name is Steven. I'm from Sarawak Green Energy, Sarawak. I'm a production engineer.
Come alone. Come alone. We're from Sarawak. Yeah.
We produce carotene and ultrinodes, vitamins.
14. Sorry.
Carotenes.
Keratins.
Good morning. My name is Carmen. I'm doing GMP for food supplement, so I'm a regulatory officer.
OEM.
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Mastura Binti Khalil. I am a dietitian from Hospital Orang Asli Gombak. Assalamualaikum. Saya Farhana binti Musa. Produk makanan Hospital Orang Asli.
Chef, is it? Chef. Consider chef.
Assistant to the hospital.
Oh, that assistant dietitian. Catering officer.
Assalamualaikum. Saya Farhana daripada Hospital Orang Asli Gombak. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi. Saya Zakazira binti Zakaria, Pegawai Penyediaan Makanan as a Catering Assistant Officer di Hospital Orang Asli Gombak. So di hospital kami memang ada GMP, HACCP dan in kami kita orang ada ni lah halal lah. So basically kita orang ada 25 lah daripada hospital. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi. Saya dengan Diana, QC daripada TCRS Corus dan Bidain.
Chicken rice shop.
Chicken rice.
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum, a very good morning. I'm Ida from Central Kitchen, TCRS, and in charge of Central Kitchen and R&D.
R&D and
Central Kitchen,
QA.
no, R&D.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Farah from Bidain as vacuum control team.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Siti. I'm from Fuji Bakery as QE.
Battery lah.
Ya, selamat pagi. Saya Syamsuddin daripada syarikat Syamlan. Working with them untuk isi GMP dengan halal.
Good morning. My name is Suganti. We are from Syarikat Syamilan. We are local honey manufacturer. So,
Honey.
Yeah, honey.
Original.
Yes. So we are coming to GMP.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anne from Hapsa Marine, a seafood industry based in Kuala.
Seafood.
Hi, morning, everyone. I'm Ice from NBA. I'm the HOD of the production. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'm from Employers as well. I'm the QS.
Any durian left over to bring here?
Hi, my name is Ashik. So I'm with them from Embryons at Tepung. I'm QA QC. Thank you.
My name is Ang, the Trade Affairs of National Global Limited, subsidiary of Thailand.
Sit or in front. It's okay, huh? Not only, huh? Okay, actually today, Good Manufacturing Practice JP 1514-2022 is transition course lah. That's why I suspect we can finish it in one day lah. Okay, because kalau JP full course about 3 to 5 days lah. How to develop the GMP, how to implement, how to develop the GMP manual, SOP and so on. The course will be longer. Tapi today is a transition course. I believe that QA and QC, all the supervisory and managerial level kat sini pun dah baca about GMP previous revision kan, 2019. Okay, siapa dah HACCP certified or GMP certified? Most of you lah, all are certified lah, okay. So transition course dekat luar sana ada yang ramai juga yang provide this training lah about online training, and Sirim also actually about this week also Sirim offer this same transition course, but the difference is I will give the GMP transition course about the clause. The difference is we going to learn how to read it with regulations. regulation lah. Macam mana kita nak baca clause with regulation, because the fundamental of any standards, since we are operating in Malaysia, is regulatory, main regulation lah. Okay, Food Act 1983, Food Regulation 1985, and Food Hygiene Regulation 2009. Okay, since we are operating in Malaysia, okay, nevertheless you operate for local, to produce food for local or export only. So, for example, and durian, you produce for export, right? But since you are operating in Malaysia, your base, your fundamental is still Food Act 1983 lah, Food Hygiene Regulation 2009. Actually, they developed this standard also based on our regulations. Okay, so most of the clauses is based on our regulations. Okay, kita akan go through one by one. Okay, alright. Okay, why we need standard? Why do we need standard? To burden of our work ataupun untuk memudahkan. Okay. For example, today we have participants from various industries, from manufacturing, from food service, okay, from restaurant chain, okay, from manufacturing lah, mostly manufacturing lah, okay, from OEM company. We need standard. Your customer also need standard. So the main point is to facilitate trade by removing trade barriers. Okay, trade barriers. Mean if authority put this standard to burden you off is not okay lah. Okay, that's why in order to face the auditor, not only the auditor from Ministry of Health, termasuk juga lah include your auditors from your customer and from other regulatory atau other certification body, you need to have a same or similar understanding of standards. Okay, so that's why kalau kena datang audit, you tak semestinya terima all those NCRs. Okay, we have to learn, we have to understand lah. We have to keep the principles of standard understanding. Next. Okay, our learning outcome for today, to learn and understand on Malaysian Standard 1514, good manufacturing practice, and Malaysian Food Regulatory Framework. Okay, we have to know them first lah before we take into implementation. Okay, next, to learn and understand on major modification. I believe Siri pun ada buat what is the major modification. Okay, compared to previous standard 2009. Next, to learn and understanding on how to read the MS1514 2022 with current legislation as a part of compliance. Okay, sometimes kita tak banyak tengok regulations when we read the standard. So, for example, we have a case. The auditor gives this the NCR. Okay, the toilet must have safe closing door. So the auditor just said, okay. From previous standard, ada tulis, memang ada tulis, the toilet must have safe closing door. Tapi kita tak faham the wording used in the standard. Some say where necessary, some say when appropriate, some say may be. So kalau may be, boleh ada, boleh ada safe closing door. Kalau tak boleh, kalau tak ada, boleh tak? Your toilet inside the premise or outside? Okay, let's say the toilet is outside the premise, outside the production premise. So need to be safe closing door or not? No. Yeah, because in the standard, yes, the standard, the previous standard 2009, stated that outside toilet may be, dia tulisan maybe untuk safe closing door. Tapi based on our risk assessment lah. That's why GMP, HACCP, or other food safety standard must be handled by scientists. Actually, feasible scientists juga. Ada belajar biologi kan? Okay. Since ada belajar biologi, boleh handle GMP or HACCP. Okay, next. Okay, the use of Malaysian standard is voluntary still. in Malaysia still voluntary, except insofar as they are made mandatory by regulatory authorities, okay, by means of regulations, local bylaws, PBT, or local authority, or any other similar means. Okay, for now, only certain products, certain manufacturers are regulated by authorities to have and to implement this standard. Okay, for example, durian manufacturer, in order to have a license to export your product to China, you must implement by regulatory authority the GMP or HACCP. For now, GMP only. For seafood, in order to get the license to export to EU or China, must have GMP certification. Okay. Okay. The rest is still voluntary. Okay. But GMP is the basic, the fundamental of any other type of food safety assurance system. Siapa yang ada 22,000? 22,000? Because all you guys are multinational, based on customer requirement. But the basic is still GMP, right? Okay, the previous one, 2009, is 10 elements. Today, 2022, add another clause to become 11 elements. Okay, right? Regulation 9, still in our food hygiene regulation 2009, a proprietor, owner, or occupier of food premise specified in third schedule. Okay, in Malaysia, third schedule, food premise category is food manufacturing. In food manufacturing category, shall provide and make available a food safety assurance system. So food manufacturing, hospital, in which category?
Food service.
Food service, not food manufacturing. So fall under this regulation or not? Fall tak? Maksudnya ada termasuk dalam food hygiene regulation 2009 to have a food safety assurance system tak? So kalau you all tak buat, tak masalah lah, tak ada compound lah. Okay, tapi baguslah. Because they are from KKM. Okay, food service from KKM, hospital from KKM, kan? So at the same time, KKM is food safety certification body. So of course lah, their own premise must have HACCP like this. Okay, next. Okay, before we start with the clause and so on, we learn how about GMP history lah. First, WHO drafted this GMP on 1968, dah lama dah. Okay, orang lama, saintis lama dah develop internationally from WHO in 1968. In Malaysia, we started with pharmaceutical GMP. Okay, like KGT Global, you got NPRA license, right? No, or only food. NPRA don't have. NPRA also. So NPRA, GMP, and food GMP is different. Okay, the most strictest GMP in Malaysia is NPRA. NPRA GMP lah, standard lah. Strictest than the food GMP. Okay, they introduced in 1984. Okay, then food GMP started activate by MS1514 also. Under Food Safety and Quality Division, they produced guideline on GMP in 2006 when I graduated. Siapa yang my batch 2006 graduated? The most senior lah, okay? Senior lah. Kalau senior tak boleh cakap ke depan. Okay. Then the first standard, Malaysian standard, become a standard in 2009. It just became a standard in 2009 under SIRIM, under Jabatan Standard. Okay, this is our reference now until now. And last July, they just established announced the new transition standard this one lah. Okay, next. Okay, before we go for standard, before we get confused on the terms in the standard and clause, we strengthen our basic principles in our fundamental. Okay, so kalau you all baca standard very confusing if you don't have principles. Okay, some say okay, you say okay, auditor say not okay. Okay, so this cause we try to get aligned parallel with our, of course, the Ministry of Health Auditor, to have a basic same understanding lah, to define the standard clause. Okay, Malaysian Food Act 1983, Food Regulation 1985, and Regulation 2009, and any related regulation that currently in force. Siapa ada pengalaman audit by MOH atau ada body lah? Ada tak pengalaman? Contoh yang saya tanya, ada tak pernah tak dapat NCR regarding food labelling? Ada food labelling NCR. Okay. Siapa lagi? Tak pernah. Yang lain semua label okey lah. Okay. Food labelling fall under Food Act 1983. Okay, Food Act 1983 is only for food that sold in Malaysia. Okay, how about your export label? Does it still fall under this regulation, labeling regulation? Still for export. Depend on importing country requirement lah. So not regulated under Food Act 1983 lah. Okay. So some auditees they just accept the car. Okay. I believe the senior QA, okay lah. Maybe junior QA they scared lah. Sometimes they just accept the NCR and so on lah. I believe in our multinational company and our senior QA, they have the strong principle on regulations. Okay. Currently enforced. If the label in 2020, regulation on the label is not currently enforced, ada operasi ke dekat kilang tentang label? So far tak ada kan? Kalau ada, head inspector going to your factory, check for label, issue the compound, that is currently enforced. Kalau tak ada, you still can IQ on those NCR. Okay, this is the principle lah. Okay, so the first principle, you must strengthen our knowledge on our legislation. Okay, especially for GMP, please read and understand Food Hygiene Regulation 2009. Don't need to remember lah. I also cannot remember all those regulations. Ada orang file ke regulation? Ada orang file. Saya pun I'm looking for Hafiz and Hafizah to work with Auditask. At least they can remember all those regulations. Okay, remember and understand. I would prefer you guys to remember. To understand. To know how to refer, where to refer the clause. Okay. Then after registration, then only the standard come out of the standard MS1514 2022, and the rest is guideline, Codex guideline, FAO guideline. Ada banyak guideline on food safety in order to comply with regulation. The standard. They stated that all are under your risk assessment. Okay, maksudnya any SOP you're going to develop is based on the standard, but still under your decision, still under QA decision, not the auditor decision, not the customer decision. The customer betul tak? Customer decision okay tak? Okay? Kira ingredient ada tak customer yang dalam ni? Tak ada. Siapa yang guna kiri punya susu? Tak ada. Ada tak? Hospital ada guna kiri ingredient punya susu? Tak ada. Ayam KLFC ada supply ke chicken shop tak? Tak ada kan? So let's say lah, for example, TCRS is your supplier is KLFC. So you must have your similar standard, parallel understanding of standard. Of course, QA from TCRS will come for supplier audit. Okay? So you bergaduh lah, QA. So of course you have to learn to follow customer requirement lah. Otherwise tak dapat business lah. Okay, then the guideline lah, ada guideline lah, customer guideline. Okay, just for example TCRS come out with your policy, food safety policy to be compliant with all suppliers kan. So you all gonna follow and put it as one of your specification policy and so on. Okay, next. Okay, this is the basic fundamental knowledge. Okay, Mr. Dapat Doha Industry tadi the owner kan? Who is the owner of the company here? The owner lah. Doha Industry, Syamalan, you're the owner, right? Oh, QA. Okay, so the basic knowledge to develop the GMP and HACCP is science knowledge. That's why I would prefer all the owners that are not from the science background to hire the food scientists to maintain, to develop the GMP and HACCP system. Okay, otherwise we will still looking for consultant for us lah. So Auditask kaya lah. Okay. Okay, this is for example lah. So what food scientists do, they have to know what kind of foodborne disease can be happen from their product. Okay, macam hospital kan, produk therapeutic food, normal food service kan, ada banyak foodborne disease kan. Okay, bagi makan orang sakit, betul. So orang sakit makan makanan you, dia still sakit. Kan? Hospital lagi susah, they serve for patient. Okay? Kalau dia prepare following the GMP and HACCP guideline, very safe food lah to patient eat and still sakit. Still to be blamed lah. Boleh bersalahkan dia tak? Tak boleh juga kan? So very hard lah. So kalau yang lain TCRS, restaurant change, very wide possibility to have foodborne disease and to have a complaint, sakit perut kan. So far so good lah. TCRS from 2006. I also a practical student in TCRS. 2006, okay? Started to develop the HACCP system in datang prima, central kitchen and so on. So food hazard, foundation of food hazard. Okay? Apa food hazard punya contoh-contoh food hazards? Chemical, biological. I'm talking to food scientists now. Of course not lah. Okay? Physical, another food hazards, allergen. Okay? Currently emerging food hazards, allergen lah. Walaupun kita tahu Malaysia tak banyak yang allergic compared to Western countries kan. Okay, still we put it as allergen. Then we have to know as food scientists, we have to know the most critical hazard is food microorganism. Okay, type of microorganism, where they live. Okay, in durian, what type of microorganism? In durian, buah durian. Tak ada microorganism. Are you sure?
Buah dia itself. Kalau paste tu maybe lah ada.
Okay. Buah you boleh makan terus. So for example lah, you have to know basic lah TPC, total plate count, that one is basic lah. Of course. Siapa yang ada lab dekat kilang? Lab, microplab. Kerry don't have microplab. Oh, emulsifier don't need. Okay, that's why you have to know lah your characteristic, your product characteristic, high moisture, low moisture, high acid, low acid. Okay, this knowledge, this basic, you have to know first before facing the auditor. Okay, because auditor they know how to conduct the audit, they know how to verify your knowledge. Okay, right? So when you can explain to the auditor your product characteristic, what type of microorganism that possible to have in your product, then the audit process can be easy lah. Okay, smooth lah. Okay, next, your food technology. Your food technology, foundation of your food technology or food treatment lah. Okay, what kind of treatment in KLFC? Heat treatment. In TCRS, heat treatment. Seafood, freezing treatment. Okay, apa lagi? KGT, your process, what type of process? Mixing, filtering, those are process to remove hazard. freezing lah, ultra freezing. Yang durian ni got ultra freezing, ultra. Nitro, ultra freezing lah, minus 86. Sorry, minus 90. Okay. Is you from where? In precision, central kitchen, right? A lot of ingredients to analyze, a lot of treatment, cooking, freezing, cutting. Yeah. So you have to know the basic. So easy for you to understand the standard, to do the risk assessment. Okay? Because dalam standard macam saya kata tadi lah, bila auditor dia kata dalam standard ada. Tapi kalau you have your own knowledge, your own risk assessment, you can explain to auditor. Why do we need a self-closing door for toilet from outside premise? So the NCR will be cancel lah. Macam tu. So, dalam standard tak ada yang confirm. In standard, we don't have any sentence to confirm. Okay? Always we will find the standards of where necessary, when appropriate, may, but shall is confirm or not? Shall confirm lah. Okay, next. Okay, what is the major modification we will have in MS1514 2022? Actually, the committees meeting, they reduce the numbers of clauses. Meaning we improve country, kita nak negara maju. We believe on users risk assessment. They believe on users risk assessment. They reduce the clause. They remove objective. They remove rational. Whatever specific clause they remove, they left it to you to do risk assessment for your own. Because you yang tahu, you all yang tahu your product, your technology, your system. Okay, that's why they reduce the number of clause daripada 32 page to 20 pages. Okay. So this code is only the code lah. The more laws, the more offenders. Kalau reduce number of clause, reduce time of auditing process, reduce NCR lah. Confirm, boleh. Reduce numbers of pages, reduce time of auditors to conduct the audit. Very fast one lah, okay. Before this, surveillance audit or compliance audit take two days, right? So after this, 1 day, finish lah. Reduce numbers of clause, reduce numbers of NCR. Might be, okay. Tapi tak confirm lagi, kita tengok kita tengok satu-satu. Okay, next. Okay, first clause, that this is the major modification lah. They remove lah introduction, what is JMP, what is MS1514. No need to know lah, kan? Before this, in 2009, we copy all those standards to develop the manual. Betul tak? Betul tak? We copy all those sentences in the manual to develop our own SOP, kan? So auditor tengok ni sama macam ayat dalam standard je. Kan? We copy paste. Actually sama. Lepas ni dia remove meaning you have to think yourself. You have to commit yourself to put in your SOP. Okay? The phrase where necessary and where appropriate were used in this standard in deciding whether a requirement is necessary or appropriate and assessment of the risk. That's why I cakap tadi kita perlu ada risk, our own risk assessment lah, based on our science knowledge and so on lah. Still preferably within the framework of the hazard, because to decide whether this product is high risk or your product is high risk or low risk, your treatment is critical or not, still we have to conduct our own risk assessment lah. Okay. Boleh tak saya tanya soalan dekat sini lah, bukan bocor rahsia lah. You should proud lah of your own risk assessment, kan? Okay. Macam hospital ada berapa CCP sekarang? 2. What is your CCP? Time and temperature. Carry your current process in emulsifier process. What is CCP or not? 3 CCP. What is it? Multi-detector, sifter, filter. Okay. those treatment is critical one. Okay. So those CCP is developed based on your risk assessment Okay. So based on HACCP, even though in GMP there is clause in operational control letter we will explain. You have to control your time and temperature, your specific process and so on. Okay. Compliance with a Malaysian standard does not or itself confer immunity from legal obligation. Who here can confirm that when HACCP certified, your company HACCP certified, we don't have any complaint on food safety? Ada tak siapa-siapa yang dekat sini yang tak pernah ada komplain pun? Fuji Bakery, very popular one Semua roti setiap hari kita makan roti Fuji Bakery kat 7-Eleven. Ada komplain tak? Lagi white everyday facing customer. So still tak ada komplain, okay. Maksudnya kalau you ada HACCP certified pun, ada GMP certified pun, you still can be prosecute maksudnya boleh didakwa juga kalau ada masalah boleh. Cuma ni I nak tanya I would like to you guys to think about the prinsip tadi. Kalau you guys have a certification from Ministry of Health, siapa dekat sini from Ministry of Health? Sorry, your certification. Dapur TCRS bukan, private body. KKM, CB, KKM bukan, private body kan? So, get the certification from MOH. Then suddenly, the health inspector come and compound you. So, you rasa macam mana? You rasa you boleh fight or not? In those court case. Rasa tak apa, jawab dia. Compound you, then you can fight back or not? Because you has a KKM certified. How come I can be prosecuted? You given me the certificate and you compound me. How come? Okay, itu example Ini contoh bagi tahu. That's why we are promoting industry to get a HACCP certificate from MOH. Better get from MOH. Okay, as defend also Okay. So far ada case for seafood company in Penang for last 10 years They are not allowed to export their product to EU. MOH sekat dia. Then dia bawa case tu ke government to argue because they get the certificate from MOH. So this is one of the case This is one of the example that you know the principle of legislation in Malaysia and you know how to read the standard. Okay, this is the advantage. Okay, next, the scope has been updated. Okay, the scope of this standard. Remove all references, providing example of control measure which are outdated. Code of hygiene practice for previous reference dia ada banyak. 2002, 1984 punya reference pun ada lagi. Okay, 1999 ada lagi. Kalau dalam you all punya handout tu tak ada, kita tak bagi yang previous punya standard. Kita hanya bagi slide presentation MS1514 and regulation 2009. Okay. So dia dah remove dia bagi kebebasan untuk you all refer any other standard, any other reference. Okay. That's why they are welcoming your internet world. As a standard user, they are welcoming your internet world to find any other source of reference Okay, so they remove or inappropriate and incompatible with emerging food technology. Ada the last previous 2009 ada standard yang dah outdated and current emerging food technology pun tak compatible. For example, pasteurization. Nowadays they have non-heat pasteurization. Okay, dalam standard dalam Food Act, pasteurization siapa buat susu? Tak ada buat susu. Pasteurization dalam standard need to heat up the temperature up to 73 degrees Celsius at certain time. Nowadays they new technology doing pasteurization without heat treatment. without heat treatment. Okay, they're using using electric untuk kill those microbes. Okay, so tak compatible to our current food act, tak compatible to our standard. So they remove, they give a freedom for you to find any other source of reference lah. Okay, next. Okay, updated normative reference. Okay. Remove MS1480 has served as a normative reference for this standard because GMP is GMP lah. HACCP is HACCP. Okay, before this they mentioned the MS1480 as a normative reference. Now they only refer to Food Act, specifically Food Act. You guys also can refer to the standard lah. Ada standard MS2022 dekat belakang tu, dekat second row. Kalau you nak tengok detail tu lah. Second. Okay. Kalau you nak tengok detail dia punya write up. Okay. Hanya normative reference dekat normative reference. Now they only refer to Food Act 1983. So before this ada macam-macam MS1480 dari murah. So all remove. So only Food Act 1983, only legislation are indispensable. Maksudnya dia tak boleh keluarkan because still legislation, our Food Act 1983 is our basic reference lah to develop the standard. So tak boleh keluarkan. Okay, this standard is applicable to those company export only doing export, yang buat export sahaja. For example, China to export to China, we must follow China standard. Okay, so Malaysian standard is only for Malaysian use lah. Okay, that's why the reference is for NITHG. Okay, for carry ingredients, importing countries, berapa banyak countries sekarang? EU, Korea, China, is it? So you have to follow the importing countries requirement lah. Any other certification currently imposed? Any other other food safety assurance system lah? 22,000, BRC, global and so on. Okay, so Food Act still lah because you are operating in Malaysia. Okay, next. Okay, those are terms and conditions which is currently updated lah in new transition standard. They add on allergen. Before this, we don't have any allergen terms in previous standard. What is allergen? They define the allergen lah. The terms and conditions. Terms are the terms of allergen. Food or ingredient known to cause hypersensitivity. Okay, for example, milk, nuts. Okay. The latest case in Singapore, our ketchup ABC found to have excessive sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide also is a hypersensitivity cause of ingredient lah. Tak semestinya susu, ikan, daging, any other ingredient lah. So specific course on allergen management ada dekat luar sana. For specific, you just can join those training. Okay, then conveyance, any carriage of food as means of transportation. Before this, they only mention transportation, very general. We don't have transport, we don't have lorry, kita tak ada lorry. So adakah kita kena ikut this standard on transportation element? Kan, before this lah. So new transition, they put the wording of conveyance, any type of transportation in-house, inside ataupun outside your premise lah. Okay, any carriage of food as mentioned of transportation, trolley lah, dekat hospital pakai apa? Pergi ward, trolley yang kombi warmer tu kan, tu pun considered as transportation and fall under this requirement lah. Dekat lain, kilang-kilang lain, forklift, conveyance, your conveyor also fall under this requirement. Okay, so the definition, the details under the clause lah. Okay, nanti lagi trolley, peraga, apa-apa barang yang membawa makanan dalam kilang. Okay, food hygiene. Okay, they remove to control the hazard lah. So actually food hygiene is not to control the hazard lah. Okay. Visitor, any external person or service support staff. Okay, before this they don't have a visitor punya terms. So now they define the visitor. Who is visitor? Any external person lah. External person means auditor, including auditor, including your customer, including any other person lah. Okay. And service support staff. Service support staff, your own in-house staff, but they don't involve in food production, so considered as visitor. Okay. For example, TCRS, your hazard certified area is production lah, central kitchen only, right? For example, got any staff from branch want to visit the kitchen, considered as visitor, they have to fill up their visitor declaration form and treated by as visitor lah. Okay, not the staff lah, not the production staff lah. Okay, next. Remove objective and rational. Those lah on subclass in class 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Before this, in previous standard, they have objective. For example, building and facilities. What is the objective? What is the rationale? So they remove all out. Okay. Maksudnya tak ada definition lah. Lepas ni building and facilities. That's why the pages reduced from 32 to 22. Okay. Maksudnya you all guys have to define yourself lah. Okay. To put the objective yourself lah. Okay. So dia galakkan you all berfikir. Standard dia lah. Okay. Dia bagi kebebasan supaya auditor pun tak confuse, you all pun tak confuse. Sometimes because they remove objective and rationals not achievable. Whatever they mention in the standard not achievable. So auditor nak bagi NCR pun takut, you all nak terima NCR, nak implement in your SOP pun takut sebab tak achievable. Dulu they specifically mention what is the objective of building and facilities element, what is the objective of personal hygiene element kan. Nowadays dia dah remove lah. Okay, next. Okay, what are the modification? They make is improvement in design and facilities. Okay, they put the clause of waste disposal, keperluan pembuangan sampah, keperluan elemen pembuangan sampah. They mention specifically the waste disposal facility. You must have facility for waste disposal. So before this kan tak ada, so banyak yang buang tepi dalam production, kotak kat sini kan, tak boleh. So lepas ni they use this element. You must have specific waste disposal area lah. Permanent or intermediate storage. Kalau contoh memang dengan proses memang akan banyak sampah kan, plastik dan sebagainya, tapi tak boleh bersepah-sepah. Okay, for example, mixing area, bakery mixing area, ada guni, tepung, simpan dia dulu lah. So kalau dia audit, dia jumpa guni dekat sana, dekat production border, kita boleh jawab, memanglah tengah proses, memanglah macam ni puan. Tapi they might use this element to issue the NCR. Kena ada specific facility of waste disposal. Okay, next. Equipment, they mention and specifically mention the equipment coming into contact with food also. Before this, equipment yang tak in general lah, your machineries kan. Sekarang dia dah masukkan any other equipment which is directly contact with the food lah. For example, food tong, ada pakai kan, food tong, itu those equipment juga. Lagi containers, thermometer, okay, fall under this definition lah. Laboratory, specific laboratory condition, especially micro lab. Before this, they don't mention any specific requirement on laboratory. Okay, so Malaysia dah maju dah. Okay, So Malaysia dah maju, dia kata banyak industri dah ada buat lab sendiri, ataupun banyak multinational company pun ada buat lab sendiri. So what is the specification of lab? Okay, dia ada mention dalam ni. Especially microbial lab, because microbial lab might be the source of contamination also, from airborne and so on. Betul tak? Okay. Semua you all tak ada lab dekat sini kan? Okay, so kalau ada lab nanti, ada your own lab, you have to design it proper lah. Okay, the opening, the door, the air pressure and so on lah. So those have their own standard lah. Okay, ISO 17 is for lab. Okay. Then hand washing, remove understandable signs. Okay, ini I'm also a user. I'm not a part of standard developer juga lah. Okay, standard developer is MOH, FMM, Governance Standard. This one I quite confused juga lah, because in standard they remove the requirement of understandable signs. Okay, nanti masa you all face the auditor, which is yang siapa yang raise this issue, you all boleh tanya lah. Okay, because dalam food hygiene regulations ada requirement to the owner to put notice on hand washing facilities, on changing room, but in this standard they remove it. Okay, so mana satu kita nak ikut, standard ke regulation? Still regulation lah. Okay, for example, kalau auditor tu dia nak keluarkan NCR, dia akan tulis clause apalah. Okay, nanti kita tengok ada punya detail nanti dalam clause. Yang mana yang dalam regulation dia mention ada, wajib ada. Dalam standard dia dah remove pula. 2009 ada, 2022 dia dikeluarkan pula. Okay, that's why prinsip tu penting lah. Macam tadi, susunan tadi tu lah. Legislation come first, then only standard. Kalau standard tak ada, legislation ada tulis, you have still to comply. You have to comply. And next. Sorry. Back. Okay, personal hygiene facilities. Remove changing facilities as separate subclass. Okay, ni just rearrangement lah. Rearrangement. Before this, they mix with the toilet changing facilities in one clause. So yang kat 2022 ni dia just separate clause and detail out. Okay. Then storage facilities to include segregation of allergen and non-allergen. Okay. Before this tak ada cerita pasal allergen. In 2009 punya standard tak mention langsung lah. Okay, kali ni storage facilities pun you all have to segregate physically mana produk yang ingredient dia memang ada allergy ataupun cross contact. So in allergen management ni ada dua lah. Satu memang produk itu sendiri adalah allergic. Satu lagi ingredient yang digunakan tu untuk buat produk tu adalah allergen. Okay. So yang ni dia akan spesifik, dia ada spesifik mention dalam storage facilities requirement. Okay. Sekarang pun dah implement, dah asingkan. In bakery line, what kind of allergic ingredient? Boleh bagi example? Okay. With gluten, yes, gluten. So memang practice separate lah in storage. Pen, okay, then for label and so on lah. Sama juga macam ayam. Ada allergic tak ayam? Apa? Okay. Gluten juga so far kena segregate storage and product also. Okay. Apa yang saya tanya ni? Supaya saya tak membebel seorang-seorang. Okay. Cigarettes shop pun adalah banyak juga allergic produk. Okay. Seafood, Miss M. Of course your product is allergic, right? Ada belacan tak? Belacan made from? Udang. So ada yang allergic belacan tak kat sini? Makan gatal. Durian allergic tak? Tak. Allergic? Allergic tengok? Tak boleh tengok ni. Kena ambil terus. Okay, then to read with regulation Okay, boleh tengok dekat belakang ada regulation, tapi those regulation in bahasa Malaysia. Okay, so saya ambil download from Food Safety and Quality Division, which is the latest standard that they use lah to enforce. Okay, we refer to regulation 17, 25, 27, all those related to definition. Okay, regulation 17, the requirement of disposal refuse. Okay, all food waste, non-edible food byproduct and other refuse shall. Kalau regulation memang compulsory lah. Whatever mentioned in regulation is compulsory. Okay, non-compliance to those regulation can be major NCR. Major NCR. Okay, deposited in closable containers. Okay, eliminated in the hygienic and environmentally friendly. Okay, there shall be adequate provision for storage. Okay, sebelum ni dalam standard tak ada, tapi dalam regulation dah ada, because this regulation enforced on 2014. Some auditors dia tak baca sangat pun. So auditor pun tak baca sangat. Kalau auditors dia baca, dia boleh issue NCR under this clause lah. Okay, 25, regulation 25 related to food storage. Okay, food storage. Ni basic food storage. A separate refrigerated storage for raw materials and processed food material is sufficiently provided. Tapi dalam food hygiene regulation did not mention specifically on allergen requirement lah. Okay, tapi the principle is same. Segregated raw, segregated processed food. The basic is same lah. The basic principle is same lah, to prevent on cross-contamination lah. Microbial cross-contamination, allergic cross-contact, and so on. Okay, 27, wash basin. Okay, tadi saya cakap hand washing kan? Okay, cuba tengok 27. Cuba baca, boleh tak? Suruh baca. Yang sama kita ada masa. Salah dia tak. Dia pun salah print.
Bacakan
Okay.
Regulation untuk hand washing dia 26. Ada 2 kali, sebenarnya 27.
Okay, regulation nombor 27 Okay, sink cuci tangan. Okay, nombor 1, hendaklah disediakan sink cuci tangan yang mencukupi, diletakkan dan ditetapkan sesuai untuk mencuci tangan.
Okay, boleh baca sendiri. Okay, actually dalam regulation 27 dia 27 ni 27 dia salah nombor kat situ. 2 kali 26 kan? Actually 27. Yang ni salah print. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay, tengok regulation 8. Boleh tak tengok regulation 8? Regulation 8 8B pun boleh baca kan?
Regulation 8B mempamerkan secara mudah dilihat suatu notis di setiap tandas, bilik persalinan, kemudahan persalinan yang lain, atau di sink cuci tangan di premis makanan yang mengingatkan pengendali makanan untuk membasuh tangan sebersih-bersihnya sebelum memulakan kerja, sebaik selepas menggunakan tandas dan selepas mengendalikan makanan mentah atau apapun bahan yang mencemarkan.
So kat sini kita perlu ada notis kan? Perlu letak notis di setiap hand washing station. Tak kisahlah notis apa, wording ke ataupun 7 step of hand washing ke, itu compulsory, make compulsory meaning under legislation. Kalau tak ada boleh dia can issue the NCR, major NCR. Okay, later kita akan tengok terms of wash basin tadi wash basin sebab 2009 dia ada tulis pasal notice 2020 dia remove those notice ni yang saya masukkan tadi lah. Okay, next. Okay, improvement in control of operation, which is second clause, second element. Food disposal remove repeated subclause, dia ada remove yang repeated to the remove, ni just rearrangement lah. Okay. Allergenic cross contact added new requirement on allergen management. Okay, allergen management you have to add on in your current SOP. In 2000 ada SOP regarding allergen. 2000 ada kan? So JP baru nak ikut. Malaysian standard baru nak ikut international standard lah. Okay. Next, contamination, specified microbial, physical and chemical contamination lah. Okay, ni dia punya definition, apa itu microbial contamination, physical and chemical contamination lah. Then remove traceability and ecosystem from this clause. Okay, traceability and ecosystem before this fall under this clause lah, control operation. Now they have their own clause, detail out. Okay, regulation 36, cuba tengok. I would say 70% of this Malaysian standard developed based on food hygiene regulation. Okay. 36, preparing, packing and serving of food. Okay, those control of operation banyak kan? Banyak 36. Okay, semua tu kalau baca, semua tu adalah how we control our operation lah, in terms of temperature, time and so on lah. So dia akan boleh jadi in standard, they not detail out. Where to refer? Food hygiene regulation. What temperature? Food hygiene regulation. For example, what is the temperature of chilled product? Frozen food, Miss N kata. What is the temperature of chilled product according to standard or regulation? Range, temperature range. 0 to 5? Lagi? 0 to 4? Ada sebarang pendapat? Saya cakap salah ke betul pendapat? 0 to 5 betul? 0 to 4 betul? What? 0 to 4. Durian? Lagi selalu hari-hari pakai baju sejuk. Chill temperature. Due to your knowledge lah. Kalau your understanding now. Kalau tak nak tengok reference apa-apa lah. Bagi pendapat. Chill temperature for food. Okay. Zero tu 18. Okay. Pendapat. Puan, kita tanya yang orang lama QA, yang almost 15 years. Puan ni dah 0 to 4. Okay. Fuji. Ada chill product tak you? Pakai pengawet banyak kan? Roti tak ada, sorry. Ada frozen je lah, minus 18 lah. Okay. Tadi pun ada bakery, ada chill product kan? Berapa temperature? 0 to 6. Okay, what the specification in food hygiene regulation? 0 to 10. Okay, so maksudnya 0 to 10 betul lah. So kalau 15 baru salah, baru jadi NCR. So kemudian tadi 0 to 18. 0 to 5, okay, because of danger zone lah. Due to our risk assessment, due to our reading, kita punya bacaan, kita punya master ke, kita punya risk assessment ke. 0 to 5 is 5 to 60 danger zone contoh. Tapi still ada yang letak 0 to 6, ada yang 0 to 10 kan. So auditor can say wrong or not. You all pernah buat audit tak? Untuk sekali audit kan, you can say wrong or not. You go to audit Andrea, they say 0 to 18 contoh. Wrong lah. You say 0 to 9. Okay. They said 0 to 4. Okay. Okay, so depend on the risk assessment, what type of microbe, lain-lain tau. Ada microbe yang boleh hidup 0.024, ada microbe yang boleh hidup 0.8. So depend on some product. Okay. Ada soalan tak? Okay. So banyak this regulation cover all the control of operation. The regulation 36. Okay, next. Okay, improvement in maintenance, cleaning and sanitation. What they improve is cleaning program. They simplified and separated from maintenance class, because before this in 2009 standard all in same class lah, maintenance and sanitation. And cleaning program they separated and simplified lah. Okay. Remove cleaning steps. Before this ada tau cleaning step. How many cleaning steps? In KLFC. Specific in KLFC. 7 cleaning steps. Berapa? Cleaning steps. 5 cleaning steps. Adakah carry? Automated. CIP. Contohnya. Siapa yang buat manual cleaning steps? Bos daripada Sarawak. Mary kan? Mary. Itu. Okay. Berapa cleaning step in your factory? Okay. Oh, betul. Okay. CIP also lah. Cleaning in place. Okay. Dalam standard yang lepas, ada yang tulis mention specifically the step lah. Remove the rinse, basuh detergent, sanitize kan. Need remove lah specific because over the time ada new technology, cleaning technology. That's why they cannot specific mention in the standard. Later auditor pun get confused. You all pun marah. Saya beli new technology lah. Why you say no? Okay. So that's why they remove. Okay. They welcoming your intellectual, welcoming new technology, emerging technology in Malaysia. Okay. Next. Okay. Preventive and corrective maintenance. Before this, only maintenance, general words of maintenance, penyelenggaraan. Okay. Tapi bila audit pun memang ada auditor ask you for preventive maintenance program, and then corrective when breakdown happen. Apa yang kita buat? Corrective maintenance. Okay, to be defined specifically lah, what is preventive maintenance, what is corrective maintenance. Okay. Added specific procedure releasing maintenance equipment. Okay, before this tak ada mention lah. Lepas all those equipment maintain, repair. Okay, what is the next procedure? How to release this equipment to be used by production. Okay, dan wajib ada yang tu wajib. Dulu tak ada mention. So now dia ada how to the procedure how to release those repair or maintain equipment for production usage lah. Serahan tu macam mana? Okay, because of cross contamination lah. Okay, what regulation we can read with is regulation 15. Cleanliness of food premise, confirm, because this one is compulsory lah to have a cleaning program. Food premise shall be maintained at all times in a good, clean and tidy condition. Regulation 15/1. Okay, ini memang wajib lah. Once they fall under regulation, wajib. Cuma tak ada enforcement saja. Okay, because Food Act enforced by Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health punya enforcer pun tak cukup. That's why you all as quality assurance or regulatory affair in the company, sama juga macam halal lah. For halal, Muslim kan, dia ada tanggungjawab sendiri untuk comply dengan halal requirement. Same goes to the quality assurance or regulatory affair executive to tell the shareholder or stakeholder in the company to comply with the regulation lah. No need to wait until the enforcer come. Okay, this is regulation lah. Maksudnya what regulation, what kind of regulation we can read with this standard. Okay, next. Okay, improvement in training. Okay, before this training, it's very simple process, simple element. So now they detail out to have a allergen awareness training. Okay, to be included in training plan and assessment. Okay, of course, a multinational company, they already have lah, biasanya sudah ada kan. Okay, untuk Malaysian company, which is local produce company, memang kena ada tambah, even though your product don't have any allergy contact lah. Tapi mostly ada kan, any foods lah. Durian ada ke? Ada? Your equipment or allergy contact?
This allergen awareness applies to all industry.
Okay, applies to all who are implement this standard in order to get certification.
Yeah, we already have GMP.
Okay. Oh, already have GMP.
But you're packing honey. Nothing added, nothing removed, nothing. Don't tell me you have to go through allergen awareness.
Awareness lah, not specific management lah. Awareness, at least awareness for your staff to know what kind of allergy product. In case
I'm talking about the relevance of it. Kalau you kata food industry yang multiple, yes. But you're talking about honey packing and you want to go through allergen awareness to all our foreign workers, for example.
This standard is as long you implement this standard, they mention the specific awareness training only. You need to have a record of a briefing, some kind of briefing lah, basic briefing to your staff about 1 hour, 2 hour, what is allergic product. Even they don't know what is allergic was. Some
Okay, the second thing is your trainer competency. How do you evaluate that? I mean, as far as the auditors.
Okay, in Malaysia, they don't have any competency for food safety. Anyone can be a trainer now in food safety. That's why me and my group we just established the Malaysian Food Regulatory Affairs Professional Society to increase our competency of food technologies in Malaysia. Okay? Dekat Western semua dah ada dah, Indonesia tak ada lagi. Tapi that society is just new established in last 6 months. So the program is planned to working out with the MBOT, National Board of Technologies. Okay, so from there, then only we can macam halal, they have a halal production board, but in food safety tak ada lagi lah. I will bagi tahu sekarang memang tak ada. Anyone can be a trainer. If you don't have knowledge, you can be a trainer. You just register with HRDC registered as a registered trainer, you can give. Unless for food handlers training, they have the competency to have a license from Ministry of Health. The one is basic course.
See, the reason I ask is, you say I'm FSSC 2000 live, so I'm a lead auditor for that. And yet when it comes to GMP punya internal audit tu, they ask me for specific training on GMP audit. I mean,
okay.
You see, that's why I ask.
This current situation in
Malaysia.
Yeah.
You have some funny auditors, sorry to say that.
Yeah. So of course, some auditors can ask you for the competency of the trainer. So normally we just show their CV, their experience. Some auditor can accept, some auditor will ask. Okay. Okay. Any other question so far? Good question Mr. Sorry, Mr. Sasurin from Syamilan, Hanila. Okay. So regulation to be read with is only 30 colon 2 on food handlers training only. Okay. So under regulation, the training requirement, which is legalized training requirements, only fall under regulation 30 and regulation 11. 11 capacity to the owner to send all workers for food handlers training. Same goes to regulation 30 kurungan 2, your food handlers safe lah. Okay, the requirement to food handlers safe to attend the food handlers training dan RM50 tu lah. So currently they establish new guideline belum endorse saja lah. After this every 5 years, all food handlers need to re-attend the course every 5 years. Nowadays, whole life kan. So lepas pilihan raya, 5 tahun sekali. Pilihan raya next year. Okay, next. Improvement in product information and traceability, food labeling, to include information that identifies food allergens in the product as ingredient or gross content. Okay, any regulation? Okay, regulation 10 on food labeling, requirement of food labeling to include allergen as ingredient or gross content. For example, your label ada tak? Bakery ingredient ada tak label that specifically mentioned on allergic? Ada. May contain what? Gluten. Ada tak? On cross contact? How about cross contact? Ada. Mungkin the machine is used with contohlah process with the same machine used for milk kan? So label requirement ada specific label requirement lah. Product information, educate information for intended use. Okay. Sebelum ni tak ada tulis intended use lah, because our risk assessment, kita punya risk assessment kan, kita buat, kita as quality assurance executive, we do some risk assessment for our product, our food technology, our treatment, food treatment kan. Tapi kita terlalu terlepas our intended use, our customer. Macam hospital, your intended use for patient, and therapeutic diet for specific patient. Kan? Same goes to carry your product, intended use from infant to for all lah, all can consume. Okay, ada tak specific product for specific group? Ayam goreng, semua orang makan. Durian, infant makan ke? Macam mana kalau infant makan? Baby makan durian. Yes. So your risk assessment lah. So how to mention in your product information? How do you mention your product label for information? Intended use. For example lah, kalau ada infant makan durian banyak kan, tiba-tiba demam, lepas tu dia kata you all punya produk yang problem, tapi GMP certified. So macam mana you nak mention dalam label or intended use or product specification to your customer? Okay, you think lah. Maksudnya auditor bagi you kebebasan untuk you buat research assessment and decide your product information. Okay, next. Control of documents. Before this macam-macam orang buat documentation ikut dia punya way. Tapi most of the time auditor datang tak ada control of documents. So external documents, pergi mana auditor control document, uncontrol document. For those yang ada ISO 22000, ISO 9001, so okay lah. Ada juga syarikat yang ada GMP je, dia tak ada ISO. So that's why they put this control of document requirement. Following ISO lah actually. Documents traceability, current revision status and retrievable lah. Okay, before this tak ada open. Kalau documentation on GMP manual pun tak boleh trace, auditor tak boleh bagi NCR. Okay? So now dia specifically mention kena ada current revision log lah, revision log and retrievable lah, maksudnya boleh trace balik. Obsolete lah, delete lah. So you all kena simpan berapa lama documentation, following your shelf life and so on lah. They are specifically mentioned in this current MS. The records can be based on the end of product identification. Okay, ini common sense lah. When we come up with our lot identification, our batch number, of course we have to follow traceability regulation. At least we can trace one pack backward, one step backward, one step forward lah. At least one step, your supplier where you get your ingredient from first supplier, and where you sell your product lah to the first customer lah. Okay, next. Okay, we will have a short break, and on 10:30 to 11, boleh tak? Okay, penat juga. Actually, our second time during training lah, because basically we are a consultancy company, we serve one by one. Now bagi ceramah penat juga. Okay, kita rehat dulu 10:30 hingga 11. So makan dekat tepi tu je lah, yang boleh pergi tandas kat sebelah. Okay, thank you.